First of all, congratulations on your incredible performance in Brutalist as an immigrant architect coming from Iran. I have deep understanding of the brutalism of life that your character as an architect depicts. It really resonates with me. My first question is, how did you prepare for such a complex role, especially one that demands you to embody both the strength of an artist, like an architect, who in the words of Rem Koolhaas feels himself like a god on the world, and at the same time the fragility of an immigrant struggling with internal conflict. Were there any architect models you studied to help shape this role?
Yes. I appreciate you saying that and sharing that. I mean, for me, this has been very important opportunity to honor that immigrant experience and also the yearnings and hardships of an artist, and how the two that are intertwined and in addition must overcome the traumas of war, speak to me and to many people who have unfortunately had to flee oppression and other hardships abroad. My mother is a Hungarian immigrant. My mother and my grandparents fled Budapest in 1956 during the war and emigrated to the United States. My mother is an artist, and I feel that there are so many parallels that I could draw from to both honor her story and also speak with truth and authority and honesty to represent a character like Laszlo. And I've always admired architecture and appreciated it. And in particular, I do like modernist and brutalist works, and kind of how they were in antithesis to the past and rebuilding, and how they came as the result of a great deal of trauma and hardship and needing to rebuild with resources that were readily available, like concrete, and to create larger spaces for government buildings and institutions, and the need for an implementation of that both form and function, I think, is really quite astounding. They're very brave works, and I feel like the film really speaks to that, speaks to it's almost a brutalistic film in and of itself and what he's created.
And your story of immigrant background and the harsh reality is very interesting, given the fact that part of this conversation will be also translated into Farsi and for Persian readers. How do you think the struggle depicted in the film is particularly the internal conflict of the person caught between power and rigidity of the situation resonate or could help people like Iranians who are facing the same kind of struggles, who have a kind of artistic aspiration but caught in the power struggles?
I think it's very relatable to many people. I think there's a lot of hardship and loss in this world, and there's a lot of oppression and a lot of yearning to have a certain freedom to exist and basic freedoms, and then artistic and the yearnings of things that can easily be oppressed are very hard to come to terms with, so I think it's very relatable. I've I've portrayed an Iranian in another film as well, in Septembers of Shiraz, where I spoke to other issues that were more specific. But I feel like this film really should resonate with audiences there as well.